Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean. Hopefully you'd like, subscribe, and share and be a part of this growing community. I am so excited to do this video, y'all. There's a couple of things in my excitement. I get to teach, and y'all know I love to teach you about your skin and skincare. It's so important for us to have a foundation. Also, I'm really loving the fact that I got a lot of comments under that Chanel makeup routine video. You all love the look, and I'm super excited when I see your comments. I get to talk with y'all, and you also love Chanel, so that's great too. I have a lot of other makeup brands in my arsenal now that I want to show you all, and we'll have to do a video just around that later. Today I'm doing a video for my 40 plus girlies who are looking for a skincare routine. I'm also going to roll out another video for those that are 20 plus. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Sean. I bring science to beauty. My background is microbiology and biochemistry, and I love what I do. I love to do makeup tutorials on here, but the real meat and potatoes of this channel is science to beauty. Why? Because it's important for us to know what we're doing and why we're doing it, and we want to be beautiful even when we take our makeup off. We want to be confident. So without further ado, let's get started with understanding the skin, and then we'll go into a skincare routine for my 40 plus girls. So let's understand the three layers of the skin. We have the epidermis, which is the outer layer of the skin. This is where your melanin is. This is trying to keep your skin hydrated. This is also where skin renewal happens every 28 days. And over time, it can look dull, uneven. You know, sometimes you see texture. So this is where exfoliating will happen, right? Right on this outer layer. Now, some of the things that you can do as you're aging is you can use products with AHAs, or you can use BHAs, which is a little bit bigger in molecular structure than your AHAs. Your AHAs is like your glycolic, right? They're really small molecular structures that penetrate the skin quickly, but can be aggressive to sensitive skin. So if you want something a little bit bigger in molecular structure, meaning it'll penetrate but not as quickly, then I would go after your mandelic acid, something with a bigger molecular structure and still give you that cell turnover. So when you are talking about the epidermis, this is, again, the place that's bringing hydration. You want to use like hyaluronic acids. You want to use your SPFs to prevent the skin from being damaged from the sun. You know, all of this happens on that outer layer. Now, when it comes to cleansing the skin, we want a gentle cleanser, and we want a cleanser that, yes, it can give you the foaming action, but you want to make sure that it's not giving you the stripping action, because we don't want to strip our skin of the natural oils that we have. And remember, if you're already using faucet water, that pH is 14, so it's already hard, right? It's hard water that's taking us the face, which wants to be acidic, into being more alkaline, which will dry out the skin more. This is where we start to see psoriasis and eczema. So these are some of the things I want you to be mindful of when you're looking for your skincare products, okay? And then we have the dermis, which is the middle layer. This is the thickest layer, and it has your elastin, it has your collagen in there. And as we age, we lose 1% over time every single year after our 20s. So the key now is going to be replenishing that collagen and elastin so that you can continuously have the firm skin with the buoyancy and all of that good jazz. Now, there's also nerves and cells and blood vessels happening in the dermal layer too. So circulation is happening in there, and you want to make sure that your skin is actually having good circulation. So sometimes we use massage tools, sometimes we use gouaches. One of the things that you're going to look for as far as product goes, as opposed to the physical devices, you're going to look for items that have like ceramides and peptides. What comes to mind is the anti-aging line from not just Chanel with the Sublimage, but I'm thinking Chantecaille. Their bio-lifting line is absolutely exquisite. They have the serums, everything that you need to, you know, really firm the skin and replenish what you're losing over time. The next layer is the hypodermis. This has, you know, their fat and connective tissue, and it keeps the skin full, keeps you looking plump and like the skin is resilient. However, again, over time, you start to see jawline starting to sink in, eyes starting to sink in. And one of the things that you do want to do is use collagen peptides, really great for replenishing that area. Again, peptides are the jam. Next up is omega fatty acids. They go deep and replenish that lipid layer. And you can find this in fish like salmon, because again, it's not just what you're doing or using, it's also what you're eating and your lifestyle as well. So nourishing the barrier to prevent fat breakdown is what you're going to find in squalene and ceramides. So some things to be mindful of. And I know a lot of people like to go after fillers and all of that jazz, but you all, I'm learning a lot more as I get around my cosmetic and medical professionals about, you know, the side effects of Botox over time, fillers not dissolving and migrating to different parts of the body. Like, I would seek a medical professional if that's something that you want to do. But if I had to recommend it, I would tell you eat the right foods and use what you can topically, because there's something to be said about always ingesting or taking injections on certain things. I don't know. You know, science is still developing and rolling out for us to get awareness of the side effects of these things long term. So that's all I'm going to say to that. Now that you know about the skin and you know the ingredients that you're looking for, here's what I want you to do as far as a skincare routine goes. Let's start off with a cleanser that's non-stripping. A really great one that I love is from Chanel. It has blue light algae in it and it doesn't strip the skin. Another really great one is from La Mer. This is after you cleanse, you're going to exfoliate, okay? After you exfoliate, now my dry skin types, if you don't need to exfoliate, don't exfoliate. If you're oily, go ahead and exfoliate. Then we're going into a really great toner. A toner is actually going to bring, and hopefully one with squalene in it. SK2, I look at that as more like a toner. That's a really great one. Using that on the skin right after you cleanse and exfoliate, if that's what if you're going to exfoliate, that's optional. It's going to help counteract that faucet water that's alkaline, that's coming from the tap, and bringing the skin back to acidity, because that's where we want the skin. We want the skin to be acidic. And after you get the skin acidic, after using that toner, you're going to go into your moisturizer. Now, if you're going to use a serum, the Bio-Lifting Serum from Chantecaille is a really great one that comes off the top of my head. This has ceramides, peptides, everything that you need to replenish what you're losing after you tone. A moisturizer that is enriched with hyaluronic acid, that has your ceramides, niacinamide to really even out the skin as well. If you see that you have those issues too, then I would look at a really great SPF during the day. Supergoop comes to mind. Make sure that it's free from avobenzene, because that is known to be a carcinogen. So you just want to be careful about the SPFs. Lancome has a really great SPF as well, so you can check those out. I know Chantecaille also has an SPF you can check out as well. So this is just some of the lines that come to mind, but I will leave products down below. I'll also leave drugstore as well as luxury down below, so you have options. And in the nighttime, what you can do, skip the SPF and just use a really great moisturizer that's more heavier in consistency. The 24K Gold Recovery Facial Mask from Chantecaille is one that comes to mind, just because I use that a ton. Or the Creme de la Mer from La Mer is a really great moisturizer. You want something heavier at nighttime, right? That's really going to lock in that moisture onto the skin, because again, the renewal process when you sleep at night is heightened at nighttime because the sun is not interfering. And also what you want is to replenish that epidermis with moisture. That's what we really want. Now, vitamin C is also really good. If you can find that in your moisturizer too, if you could find it in your SPF. Sometimes there's vitamin C. I've seen vitamin C, y'all, in a toner. You don't see it often, but I have seen it in a toner. Really great for brightening the skin. Now, my whole thing is vitamin C has so many different derivatives. Ascorbic L-ascorbic being the most unstable, that when you go in the sun using a vitamin C during the day, it can darken up areas. So I would say use your vitamin C's at night. I've always said that. But if you find something with vitamin C, that's also great for stimulating collagen as well and brightening up the skin, but I would use it at night. So hopefully this provided some insight. It wasn't too deep, but it was just enough to give you the why you need to get the anti-aging things that you're looking for, or incorporating these ingredients into your skincare products so that you get the skin that's resilient and that is going to be healthy. So if you're going into Sephora and you see something with ceramides and peptides, you know that's what you need, right? If you see something with niacinamide and vitamin C, you know that's what you need. Squalene, that's what you need. Great brand that always talks about squalene is Kiehl's. Kiehl's is just a really great brand. They're so underrated. I highly recommend that line to you too. Also, Dennis Gross, his line is beautiful, and also his SPF is top tier. My estheticians always recommend his SPF to me as well. So again, I did not want this to be too in-depth, but I wanted it to be enough information in here so that you have an understanding as to what's going on with the skin and what's happening in the different layers and why you need the ingredients in the products that you're going to pick up to help you with those different layers. So hopefully this video was helpful. Like, subscribe, and share. Leave your questions down below. I'm happy to tackle those with you. I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care.